Beloved ones, already you have felt the Holy Spirit of you. You walk with it, you bring it in when you come in. It is here. You are here. It goes with you everywhere. The Holy Spirit, W-H-O-L-E. It has been abbreviated, shortened down through the ages, to holy, meaning sacred, which of course it is. But you are the ones who are W-H-O-L-E. You are the ones who know your righteous being. And that is why you have been drawn to each other, drawn to this place that you hope maybe will give you a little insight. Well, I have news for you. It is going to be a big insight, because truly you have asked for it. You are ready for it. You are wanting it. You are hungering and thirsting and asking, I want to know who I am. I want to know why I am. I want to know what I'm supposed to be doing. The familiar question that I, Jeshua ben Joseph, hear from you is, Jeshua, what am I doing here? Why am I here? Why did I choose this life? Sometimes when you are in a quandary as to what to do, where to go, who to talk to, what book to read, perhaps, it is because, and what system you are going to be tuning into, it is because you want to know the whole self, W-H-O-L-E, but also behind that, the holy self that has chosen one more time to come and to live from that holy self into the whole human self. And so sometimes you have been wondering, why did I ask for this? I hear that question. Why? Jeshua, why do I have this challenge? I call it a challenge. You may call it a trouble. You may say, I didn't want that. But in truth, the holy self of you has called it forth in order to know your power, your oneness, your whole self, W-H-O-L-E, self, that is here to play, to be able to example to the brothers and sisters the greatness of the holy self come to bring it into the example and the demonstration of human and what it means to be human. And you are bringing this into an awakening. For the human is not separate from the holy self. The human is an extension of the holy self. And when you reach that place of realizing you can be nowhere separate from the holy self, there is a sense of relief, a sense of joy, a sense of celebration. And you look upon all life, every form of life, and you know, this is who I am. I am walking on 4 feet sometimes. And sometimes, yes, if you take a tumble, you are on 4 feet. But I know all of the expression. In truth, the Holy Self knows all the different means of exempling life. And the Holy Self sometimes gets into the place of, I can't do that. And yes, you can. For indeed, you have been the beloved pet, and you have been in situations where you were dearly, dearly loved, and where when you extinguished the life force in a certain form, you were missed and bereaved. But in truth, you very soon, as you do with the human life, you have taken on form again to play. Now, many of you, and the brothers and sisters, especially at this time, are feeling the challenge of you, are feeling, why did I choose this? And I will share with you, and you can share it with them. It is because of completion. There has been in the back of the extension of the Holy Self a feeling of not quite complete. There's something that I still want to know, to feel. And you have brought forth form to play, to example how the God self of you wants to be in joy, wants to be the sunshine of the soul, and brings out every challenge in order to see through it. Not to see oh my God, how I suffer, and I've seen you all do this. How am I going to get through whatever you are facing? You are going to get through it because you are the one manifesting it, and at any time when you say, okay, I am finished with that, it will be done. There is no one and no thing that has power over you. Wow, Jeshua, I thought that society, I thought the rules and regulations, yes, they are there for your guidance as to how the world is functioning and to see the holiness of the world even amidst all of what seems to be turmoil, and to look for, and this is happening more and more, the example of the Christ walking as the human and seeing beyond. That is the challenge that you have set for yourself, and you'll bring a small one into your circle of love, and you see that, yes, there is love walking on 4 feet. There is love walking on 2 feet. There is love in the air, as there is the winged ones. There is love in the sea, in the water, everywhere. And it is because you have asked for it. You have said, I will bring it to my consciousness so that I can see myself, not the small self, but the big self, exempling life in all of its forms. So when you see the small pet, you have felt, in this evening and other times, you have felt the heart opening. You have felt, that's a cute little one. And it is. But it is more than that. It is your teacher to bring to you the opening of your heart and to know, I have walked as that form. And you have. I have walked as the big gorilla, you call it. And I have walked as a small ant, termite, the worm of the dust, in order to know all of life forms and how it feels to be down here looking up, and to be up and looking down, and to walk this earth. And we will go one step further, other planetary bodies as well, to know what I can bring forth. And when you come to the place of realizing, knowing that you are the essence of divinity, you are the essence of the example of wholeness, holiness, okay, then you begin to see yourself in the tiniest flower. You begin to see yourself as the termite. You see yourself as sometimes the small ones that live on the animals, and then they come and they live on you. Yes, and you say, oh, it's a teeny tiny, why are you doing this to me? It's always a to me. You are doing this to me. Okay, because you are asking to know the whole WHOL self. And in seeing the WHOLE, you're beginning to see the holy self, to see just how manifesting you can be. And sometimes I have heard you, oh, Jeshua, why am I manifesting this? Take the deep breath, stop for a moment, and bless it, and say, okay, another part of the holy self. And if it is part that you don't want to be exempling or demonstrating, then you can say, I bless you. Thank you for coming and saying hello one more time, but now you can be gone. And when you say, be gone, it will leave you. If you believe it will go. And it will. You are the manifester of your life. You are bringing forth what you have felt in this evening, of being with other ones who are of like mind and of like searching. And you have said, I want to know my other parts. I want to be able to feel free and to reach out and give a hug and to know that the other one is going to be feeling that they want to be in that embrace, in the place that says, I accept you just as you are. I don't care that you didn't put clean socks on. It's okay. I am not going to be falling in love with your feet, or you might. Not to worry. You are having the most wondrous lifetime. This lifetime, you are encapsulating all you have known by the demonstration in other lifetimes where you thought, oh, how I suffer. And now you can look back on it and you can say, well, I'm glad I know the whole self, W-H-O-L-E. Now I know what a good actor I am. And yes, you are. You bring forth all kinds of situations in order to see, how does this feel? Do I want to abide here? Or am I going to look upon and bless every example of the Christ living a human life? Because that is who and what you are. You are the Christ, walking on the 2 feet, sometimes the 4 feet, sometimes on no feet at all, as you see the winding one. You are the example of God Self, exempling life in all of its forms. Even these small little things that sometimes they get upon the body of the furry one, or upon your body. Any of you ever felt that? Sure you have. And you know the flea that abides from time to time on all living things. And you say, this is not your home. Be gone. And it has to be gone. Most wondrous example of love. Look at this. Look at this example of love. It is both giving and receiving in oneness. It is the example of what always we are talking of being one in love, in enjoyment, in joy, as the living, breathing human and other form. Most wondrous. And so you bring to yourself what is called the beloved pet. Why do you do that? Because it opens the heart, exactly. You look upon the beloved pet and you know, I have walked on the 4 feet. I have crawled. I have flown. I have tried every form of life, because you will see different forms of life as you are exempling the human life, and you will say, you know, I kind of know what that feels like to fly from treetop to treetop and know, not just hope that I will land on a branch, but know what it feels like to land on a branch and to look at the whole wide vista in front of me as I fly. And you say, yes, I use my imagination. And yes, it is a tool that you have built in, a most wondrous gift that some of your fellow brothers and sisters are using not to their edification and not to their joy, but to imagine all kinds of things that could seemingly harm them. And yet, there is nothing. I say this to you, I hope it to take it very deeply within, nothing that can harm you unless you have the belief that something's going to do you in. Nothing is going to do you in. In fact, it might be a blessing if it would do you in and get you out of that tunnel vision, okay, to the place where you say, oh, hey, I came through that. Well, I didn't think I was going to come through that. When I looked upon what seemingly could be, I was in terror. And I prayed to you, Jeshua. And yes, you did. But it was not I, as one Jeshua, who took it away from you. It was your willingness to see the larger picture and to know that truly you are the Christ essence, walking on human feet, walking sometimes on 4 feet, sometimes with no feet at all, walking, living life with a capital L. Because you want to know, you can imagine you have been to your collections of animals, different forms of living forms, it's called a zoo, I believe. Sort of a strange word. But anyway, you've been there, and you've seen the different forms. that truly you have exampled already. There is nothing, no thing, no person, no example that you have not known, been, and lived. So everything you can imagine, yes, you've been there, done that. And it is good. You are now living, most of you, the human life, and the small ones on 4 feet, they are sometimes looking up and questioning, why are you doing that? Why not just put my bowl of food down for me? And you know, because at a certain instant in time, you've been able to tune in to what they are asking. You know very well. They may use different sounds. Exactly. Do not have to use words. And there is instant understanding. You are not, you see, separate. All life is joined. So therefore, allow yourself to bless it and to know that truly, there go I, as I would understand previous lifetimes. And all of you have had many previous lifetimes. I have known how it feels with the 4 feet, or how to weave my way around, or how to use the wondrous wings, and to look down on everything, to behold the works of creation that you have put there in front of you as you look upon it. So behold the wonders that you have brought forth, and call them wonders. Do not call them plagues. They are something that you have manifested in order to prove to yourself that you are God energy, in form, manifesting at all times. And in truth, there is nothing that is going to harm you, except for the thought that perhaps you could be harmed temporarily, because even that's going to pass. When I was upon the cross, I was not being done unto me. In other words, they were spikes that once used for the hands and feet to keep me on the cross, seemingly. And I could tune into the human self, and I did for an instant or so, and decided, no, don't think I'll stay there. Good for a moment of, it is most wondrous, the human life. And it is. But it is not to have to abide with the pain, or with the sorrow, or with a little slice of what seems to be human, because human life, in all its forms, is a blessing, a gift that you give to yourself in order to know the wholeness, W-H-O-L-E-ness, and the holiness, H-O-L-I-ness, of life form, life expression, and understanding. That all the different forms, most wondrous beings, thank you for bringing him. Thank you for loving him, because truly, you have been, now, hear me well, this is going to sound strange, but that's okay. You are here in this evening, because you want to hear, H-E-A-R, you want to know the totality of what you can manifest, where you have been, who you have been, how you have been, in what you see to be past times. So you look upon the beloved pet and you say, well, maybe I hope the families were really loving to me. I hope and sometimes they did, and sometimes you said, well, I want to feel how it feels to be unloved. And perhaps distance was short. Or perhaps it was longer, because you said, I am stronger than that. And life is stronger. So you wanted to know that in all of its aspects. You wanted to know, how does it feel to be totally and completely loved? What can I do that will make her not love me? And sometimes the beloved pets come, and they will do all sorts of things to give you a bit of a challenge, as to, do you still see me as a cute little thing? Or do you see me as a mess maker? Because I can do that too, you know. And sometimes they do. But at all times, they are the living, walking essence of divinity. Any form of life. Even the tiny little termite and the big elephant, giraffe, whatever. All of what you can imagine as life forms, trees, ferns, moss, anything that is living has the same essence as you. So the next time you go out and you see a bit of moss perhaps, look at it and say, hey, are you enjoying that? You know, I felt really constricted as a little bit of moss, and I decided next lifetime I'm going to be bigger and walk on the moss, etc. But you do it in order to know the God self of you. And when you come to be in love with every form, you know your God essence, and you bring it forth in order to be in joy, to be in joy, happiness, and to be able to smile on the smallest and largest form of life. Sometimes you will come as the beloved pet, and I have seen this happen with all of you as you took upon yourself in some lifetime the beloved pet, and the beloved pet will make such a mess in the house. They will do their thing in the most sacred of places, what you think is sacred, and you have to clean it up. Oh no. But you also have done the same and have asked, will you still love me? And after you get through cleaning up, you say, oh, okay, you're really worth it. I love you. And it is returned. Sometimes, as with humans, the four-footed ones will test you, will do the most outstanding ugliness for you to see, will you still love me if I make a pile of you-know-what in the corner? And yes, you're not happy maybe about cleaning it up, but you still love them. And human beings are like that. They will come to you in relationship, and they will push all the buttons. And what they're really trying to find out is, will you still love me if I don't pick up my dirty clothes? Will you still love me if I say, I don't like your cooking? I don't know if any of you have been in that situation, but it happens. And you say, well, yes, but you cut out all that complaining. You have been in every situation that another one presents to you. It is how you understand what they're doing. And I say to you, look deeper to see why they are doing it. It is the basic old question of, will you still, do you still love me? Do you still care for me? And when you get to the place where you can say, what a pile of shit that is, but I still love you, because you are not the pile of shit. You are more than that. And it is true for every human being that comes into your circle of awareness and says, I don't like you. I don't like the way you're dressed. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like what you're telling me, etc., etc. And they give you this bunch of seeming rubbish. And you look upon them and you smile. And they say to themselves, and then they sometimes say it out loud, what the hell are you smiling at? And you know, you've been there with friends who have perhaps asked you that question, or at least intimated as such, and you have said, I think I'll find another one who's easier going, or more in love, and in language that is endearing, not the kind that puts me down. And I will say to you as a footnote here, you don't have to put up with any relationship that does not honor the holy self of yourself and of them. You can give them the lecture, which they won't take. You can give them the reasons that you would like them to be acting differently, which they won't take. And then you can say, but I love you anyway. And I know that you understand what I'm saying. There were many in my lifetime, the ones who wanted to see me, I was a troublemaker, wanted to see me out of their realm of existence. They wanted me to go to a far country, or they wanted me to expire on the cross. And I did that because it was part of the overall plan to show that the deceasement of the physical form is not the end. And you have all felt this. You have come to the place where you have said, I don't like this life. I'm going to end it all. And you have cut the throat. And the body has said, ooh, ooh. And you have said, but I'm still aware of what's happening. Yes, you are the God self. You are the one who is making the demonstration. You are the one who is putting together all of the pieces, and if you don't like the pieces, stop, breathe, change. You are able to do that. You are God, in essence, having a human existence. So, stop fussing. I say this to my beloved friend and teacher, the one you know as Judith. I say, you are God in essence, so stop fussing about different things and behold the wonders of nature, the wonders of the beloved pet. Oh, and you saw the beloved little black thing that walked in and out here, and she can be a bit of a teacher, a good teacher. There are times when she will be very, very loving and sit upon my lap, and she will even talk to me because she knows that I am within and around anyway. So we have a good relationship, but sometimes, she can be a bit of a questioning, the same as you, the same as some of you humans who are having a lifetime without the fur. Well, I don't know, some of you have the fur. So, beloved ones, enjoy, be in joy, celebrate joy, bring it into every day as you understand the allness of you. Not just the testing, as you call it, or the trials and tribulations. I have seen you all, either this lifetime or another lifetime, where you have tribulated to the nth degree. You have said, I suffer, and you have even called to me and blamed me for your suffering. Now, beloved ones, I am not responsible for your suffering. You can do it if you want to. Get into it and really live it to the most extent of vibration. Or say, okay, been there, done that, enough already. I will shout to the heavens and then I'll be done. And I have seen my beloved friend and teacher, the one you know as Judith, do this at the top of her voice. And this was some years ago, but it's still there in her memory, and it still can be called forth if there is a sufficient prodding. You know whereof I speak. It can come. But for the most part, all of you have been there, done that, and come to the point of saying, that doesn't really feel great. I would rather feel love, joy, humor. I would rather be in a space of understanding the Holy Self and knowing that every aspect of even human life has its joy. Now sometimes, and you can look upon the brothers and sisters, especially even at this time, where there are ones who are, quote, out of work, out of receiving the payment that then can be exchanged for human comforts, and they are experiencing, because they choose to know completion. They choose to know in another lifetime or this lifetime and say, I know how that feels. I've been there, done that. But I also could see a light. And many of the ones are waking up in this lifetime because of the trials, as you call them, and tribulations, because of the prodding of the self to know, I am manifesting this, and if I'm manifesting this homelessness, it must be for a purpose. Maybe there's another one that I am to uplift, and by uplifting another one, there is also a healing that happens within. So when you see one's seemingly suffering, and they are asking for your help, give as you are led to do, but do not feel guilt if you do not give, because they are as powerful at demonstrating as you are. And what they are demonstrating serves a purpose for them and for you as you understand it. So take your deep breath, breathe of the God self, and say, guide me. What do I need to do? And is there anything that I need to do? And sometimes there will be an answer. Other times it will be shown to you later, and this does come. Or it is truly what you will call their karma. I will not call it karma, but it is truly what they are demonstrating in order to know their God strength. So you bless them, you do as you are directed to do, to help them, or to walk on. And do not feel, as I have seen you, all of you feel, at that point of, well, I probably should have done something, but I'm guilty and I didn't do it. Know that you can and do tune in to the higher self of you and ask, is this for the higher self of them to come through it? Or is it for me to go to my higher self and give of what I have? In other words, it is a prodding to show you that there is much more to life than just the ease of life. That is good, but there is love in all of its forms. And it may be love that means that you give them some of the currency, money, whatever. It may be that you look a little deeper and you say, no, that would just keep them doing the same as they are doing. Or you say, what is the most wondrous, Lord, show me. And if you truly ask that, and you know it works, you will be shown. Yes. And if you are shown something, don't say, oh my God, is it real? Did I really do that? I have seen you do that too. You say, show me, Lord. So it's shown to you. And you say, I want a do-over. Okay. You are very good actors and actresses. I have seen you when you have wanted something. As you were the small one, you were very good at getting the parents' attention and saying, down on the floor, Any of you relate to that? All of you have been there, maybe not down on the floor, but somewhere where the parent got the feeling of, that one is really hurting, that one is being bad and wham. And did that help? No, not really. It only made you understand that that was not language that your parents wanted to understand. But okay, so you tried another language. You are very good at manifesting. You're very good at looking farther, deeper, knowing that truly there is nothing, no thing, no person who can harm you. You may take a message from something that is done and you think you are being harmed, but in truth you are only being given an opportunity to see it in wholeness, to look a little farther and say, that one is not really seeing me. That one is in a place of wanting to know their holiness. And so they are acting out their unhappiness. And you do what you are guided to do. It may be to give them the golden coins, or it may be to walk with them for a while and say, this life is not too bad. Oh, yes, it is. You try being on the streets for a week, a day, even a day. And you say, well, I'd rather not, but so forth. How can we change that? And the operative word in there is we. How can we change that? Because there is no separation. Everyone you meet is you, in essence, wanting to know the Holy Self, wanting to know love, acceptance, and encouragement. Know you the meaning of the word encouragement? It means to be in the heart. And core. To be in the heart and to understand from that vantage point the oneness. So you give to other ones the smile, maybe the tangible thing that they can understand in a language, the monetary help in certain language, or you say, I'm on my way to this restaurant that I've just found, and they have really good food. Why don't you come with me? What? And so, part of you is saying, I can't take this one into the restaurant. What are they going to think? And then you say, it's okay. I can do this. And you do. And yes, the person you are helping is changed because you have extended love, but you are changed in your understanding of who and what you are and your power to make a decision that might not be easy, but you can do it, and you survive it, and you know that there, but for my understanding of life, go I. I've been there. You feel good, right? And so you reach out. And if they are of your type, they have the white skin perhaps, they have the dark skin, they have the fur, they have all kinds of language, all kinds of understanding because they have come through different molding and shaping. And you see the God essence of them, and you smile. Know you the power of the smile? Sometimes you don't need words, but the smile will do wonders. You know this, you've tried it, it works. And it feels very strange, but it also feels very powerful because you have done something that then changed how the other one felt. Here you have the example of unspoken language. Oh, and the power of spoken, yes. There, that is love on 4 feet. Yes, the 4-footed one with the black fur has it standing up on end. Yes, but it is not the first time that she has met the other 4-legged one that seemed to be of different form. And she's very curious. Yes. Beloved ones, you are making for yourself the most wondrous gift, the gift of human life. You have, in past times, made for yourself the life of the snail that would go very slowly, no feet, but would be able to have movement and have the house on the back. You have known how to be the furry one that jumped from tree to tree, known as the squirrel. You have been the bird that said, I will land in the tree for a moment, but then I will take off because I have the momentum to do that. And I can do wondrous things, and I can see things up close, and I can see things from a distance. You have often chosen the winged form because you wanted to see the whole picture, W-H-O-L-E. And yes, there have been times when, as the 4-footed furry one, very small, you have looked for the whole, H-O-L-E, that you could climb into and be safe. So you know life in all of its forms, all of its extensions, and you have blessed everyone with your knowing, the God self of you. Yes, we're going very slowly, thoughtfully. Is there something hiding behind the chair that's going to jump out at me? It is most wondrous to watch yourself, as it is exampled by the four-footed one, because there are times you walk into situations and you are being very watchful. Yes. Beloved ones, you are a joy to be with. You are a joy to watch and to walk with you throughout this example of your life. You are all doing very well with it because you are bringing forth things that seem to be so big as challenge in other lifetimes. Traveling to other countries, learning other language, finding new friends in situations where you thought, I'm all alone. Who is going to help me? And then you have found ones who wanted to help. And this lifetime you have been the one to help, to befriend, and to open your heart, your home, whatever friendship to another one. You have said, there go I, as you looked upon another one. And that was quite a revelation of the Christ. There go I. Huh, really? Yes. Because in truth, each one, as you have accepted the seemingly separate form from other ones who are running around, talking, having fun one way or another, you are the essence of the allness. You have said that you will come and you will display the attributes of human in this lifetime. Now, there have been many other lifetimes where you have said, I want to try being the slithering snake. I want to be the bird up in the high tree watching this snake go. I want to be the bird that flies everywhere with a seeming freedom. And, I better watch out for the big winged ones, etc. So you have known, as I speak of certain examples of life, you can identify with. You said, yeah, I can sort of feel that. And yes, you can feel it because you have been there, done that. You know how it feels. And that is very good because you have come to a place of Godhood, the place of knowing the allness of your being, as you were exempling the seeming separation. And sometimes the separation has felt very strange because you have remembered the holiness, the allness of you. And you have said, but this doesn't feel like me in the separation as the separate one. Why not? Then you have asked, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling different feelings than what the brothers and sisters may be exempling? It is because you have been there, done that, completed. And you don't need, you can go back to it because there is a knowing within you. But there's also the feeling of, okay, I've been there, I've done that. I have been the tramp. I've been the one who had to live on the street. I've been the one who was the four-footed one. I've been the one that had the wings to fly above it all and yet feel separate, where I have said, but I don't want to be above it all. I want to be part of the whole. And so, again, you have taken form as the human, and you have accepted the four-footed one into your life to show where you have been, what you have seen, what you have known in other lifetime. But you have said, okay, I can imagine. Your imagination is the greatest tool one of the greatest tools. The greatest tool, truly, is prayer, meditation, the place of oneness, the place of peace. But the tool of knowing that I have been there, done that, I understand how it feels to be looking up at seemingly ones with more power. You've done that many lifetimes, in different forms. Even as human, you have done that and given power away to other ones to orchestrate your life. And then you have come into a new understanding, even as the small one. And small ones are very good at this, of knowing that they are powerful and that they can make you do whatever in order to make them be quiet, because they use the tools that they have. And you have heard them, you have seen them, and you have been awakened in the night when there was a great sound that made you come running to see what's going on. You are the ones who understand, because you've been there, done this. And sometimes, as the parent, you understand that, I know what you're doing. I know. You think that if you yell loud enough and you cry and scream and kick your feet around, then I'm going to come and give you what you want. And I will. But in time, etc. And so you have lived, you have learned, you have exampled, and now you rejoice because you know the love that underlies all of it. For the small ones, they can be a bit of a challenge from time to time, seemingly pushing all of the buttons, but at the same time, it is love that they want. And you smile, you pick them up, you give them what they may be needing physically, and you know the essence of life goes on. You are, beloved ones, Christ on 2 feet. Allow yourself to behold Christ on 4 feet. Allow yourself to be the Christ that watches the one who will weave the way through life without feet. Allow yourself to know the one that uses the power of the wind to sail through life. You are the manifester and the understander of life in all of its forms. And there are times when it will overwhelm you to a place of, my God, how great thou art. Have you ever felt that? You have stopped in your tracks because you have seen something that said, how great life is, how great love is, how great I am when I am one with another one and with the love of another one. And when you do that, I have seen you all, when you come to that place of oneness, there is the most wondrous smile that goes across the face. And the eyes light up truly from the soul, from the inner self, and you know oneness as the Christ, walking the human life. That is what you're all doing. You are the Christ, having a human lifetime. And when you are happiest is when you are exempling the Christ of you. When you are looking at another one and you're saying, I really love you. You are so stupid. I love you. Now, I know you've never done that. Okay. Yes, you do. But it is in love. And you know the oneness that allows you to be in a place of understanding another one, because you know the feelings of another one. You've been there, you've done that, but you also know there's something beyond that. And that is what sets you on the path of realizing, making real in your existence, in your feeling, in your knowing, that you are this, the human, and more. And you come alive in the more. That is why you want to give the hugs. You want to feel, in essence, your other self as you understand separation and oneness and two-ness and three-ness and 364, whatever, beings of you. Because everyone you meet is the essence of you. Everyone you meet is coming to the understanding, the realization of the Christ, the Christhood. And they may do it, and they do, in different ways. And sometimes you look upon a life that someone is living, and you say, don't they know they don't have to suffer that way? But no, they don't know that. They know and believe that if I suffer enough, after all, my Savior, he was suffering on the cross. Well, in truth, beloved ones, I did not suffer on the cross. I went in 1 second of time to the place of feeling the pain. It was, oh my God, how do ones want to feel this? And so I took myself out of the body and watched, which you can do, and which you have done sometimes, where you have stood apart from what was going on around you. And thought, why are they acting that way? And then there was the aha, oh yeah, I've been there, done that. It didn't feel good. I don't think I'll go there again. But you understand, you know. So count every experience in life as being valuable because it allows you to know oneness with the exempling of it when there are other ones who are living that drama. No, yes, I've been there. I've understood the impetus to get there. I have thought that was going to be my way out of it, but it wasn't. And I think I like it better on this side. And you have come to a realization that you are the maker of your own experience, and you are the judge and jury and so forth of what you are experiencing. And if you want to take from it the best love, the best teaching of it, is to know that, yes, I can turn every bit of pain into love. And there are a lot of times in this human lifetime when you will feel confusion. Why are they acting that way towards me? I didn't mean for them to get so upset about. You may have the beloved mate, and all of a sudden something you said set them off, and they're really upset about that. And they're telling me and reading my whole history, okay? And I didn't mean it, not the way they took it. And it happens. When I speak of that, you say, yeah, I thought I was being perfectly clear that I wasn't blaming them, but they took it that way. No, they took it that way because there was a feeling of oneness with that said, yeah, I've been there, I've done that. And it had nothing to do with you. You just happened to throw out the trigger, as you call it, and one's had a chance to experience it one more time and come through it, to be completed with it. And you stand there and you watch, they're throwing a fit. What's the matter? And you say this to them, what did I say? And you say blah, blah, blah. And you say, well, I didn't mean it the way you took it. Well, it sure sounded like it did. And I know you've been there, you've heard this, and you have said, but I didn't mean it that way. Well, don't do it again. You've heard that. Been there, done that, right? Yep, sure. And you didn't mean it the way they understood it. You meant it just in passing. It was just something you threw out there, and it was a trigger, a hook for them. And it did them a favor because they had a chance to look at what was hooking them. And they said, oh, okay, I see, I have feelings about that, whatever it is. And that brought it up to the place where it could be seen in wholeness, in healing. So in truth, it was a way of bringing about a new understanding. But it could have been on the avenue to that place of understanding, a bit of a rocky road. And I have seen that happen many times. So count it all as good. Count it all as, oh, a different way to see that. Okay, I wasn't seeing it from that point of view. And take the deep breath. In the human life, the most wondrous gift you can give to yourself is the deep breath. To take that deep breath and be able to stand back from something and say, oh, well, maybe they didn't mean it the way I took it. And they probably didn't. Sometimes, yes, they did. But sometimes, even if they did mean it, it was part of the Holy Self saying, look at this, forgive, give love for, in place of what you have felt to be a trigger. You are all very good actors and actresses. You have studied on the stage of life many times. You have played every role, and you have played every role to the hilt. I'm going to be the best at this. And you are. You are very good at, this is how it is. And you pound on something. And then you come to the place, it didn't feel very good. Ever done that? Oh, yeah. I understand. My beloved friend and teacher, the one you know is Judith. Yes, she has done that too. And realized, I didn't really have to do that. And it is part of the human learning experience that truly I can take the deep breath. I can wait for it to settle in, because sometimes the peace does not come on the first deep breath. And so you have to take another one, and another one, and maybe 50 of them. And then you come to the place where you're over-oxygenated. Yes, right. And you say, I have to sit down for a while. Okay, there is a lesson in all of that, a healing in all of it. You are the actors and actresses upon the stage, and you have been given a role to play, and there are times when you play it, and times when you say, no, been there, done that, finished. I think I'm going to look at this a different way. And you try a smile, and oh, really? Well, that changes everything. Beloved ones, you are the love of the Father, Mother, God, Goddess, all that is, come to this planet, Earth, to have a human experience, or a four-footed one, or a winged one, to know that you are life with a capital L, and to enjoy, to be in joy with life, to enjoy, her favorite word, to know joy with everything that happens. You are the makers of your reality, the lowercase r. You are living your reality with the capital R for the joy of it, to know that truly I am home, having a human experience. And I love me. I love my body. I love what I have manifested, to be able to walk around, to be able to reach out and hug. Know you the joy, yes you do, of hugging another one, and the smile that comes on the face because you have seen the heart, felt the heart open. You are love, walking on 2 feet, the same as this little one is love, walking on 4 feet. The same as the birds that you see in the trees, they are flying in love. And they are living a life of their own, as you have done, to experience all, to know. So when you see the various forms of life, know that yes, I have been there, done that, and I know my freedom. I know my God essence, and I share it with the brothers and sisters in the hugs, in the smiles, in the words of wisdom, and the open heart. I walk with every one of my brothers and sisters as them, and I know what is termed redemption, in other words, redeeming that which could be viewed as not whole, W-H-O-L-E, knowing that truly I am the wholeness, the holiness that I seek. I am the teacher. I am the Savior. Oh no, Jeshua, you are the Savior. I'm not the Savior. I'm just a lowly human being trying to get through a life. You are the Savior of yourself as you choose for joy. You are the Savior of others as they will feel your love and the redemption of that love. and they will come home in love to the allness that they are. And I will greet you there. So be it.